Hello, everyone. Thanks for listening to the Grow Your Life podcast. My name's Jeremiah Kurkowski. And on this podcast, we talk about ways for you to grow in your life and in your business to get more results and reach your goals. And today, I want to help you with some of the overwhelm with social media and content creation and simplifying some things. To be honest, the intimidating factor of how hard it is to make social media content, to stay consistent every single day. That's what keeps people from doing what's going to grow their business, is that overwhelm. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the mindset of that at the end of this. I actually want to go into a little bit of some of the tools that you can use that are going to help you in the beginning here. And then we're going to kind of wrap it all up here right now. So, and one of the things I want to show you is OneStream Live. This is an app that I've been testing out. Again, I don't have an affiliate link with them. I may in the future, but you can go to OneStream.live and test it out. It allows you to pre-record a video with your phone. You record it, right? Or on your computer. And you can put it on their platform and schedule it to go live. So let's say that you're out to dinner at 7 o'clock at night. You can schedule a video to go live while you're at dinner. You don't have to moderate it. You don't have to be online. You don't have to do anything like that. And it's very easy to use, very simple platform. Literally, you just log in here and upload a video. You can use Google Drive or Dropbox or just upload it and tell it what time you want it to go live. And it goes live and it looks exactly like a live on your main platform. And so we're starting to use this with some clients. I'm messing around with it myself. It's pretty cool, guys. It's one of the coolest platforms that I have seen, that I have used, that I have tried out. And so check it out, OneStream Live. More and more companies are grabbing onto it, especially a lot of online marketers. Okay? Another platform that I love using is Hopper HQ. Hopper HQ lets you plan content for Instagram, yes, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And so you can post photos, and it puts in the very first comment your hashtags. You can put hashtags in there as well and schedule all of that. I schedule all of my content out through this platform. And so I use this. You go here to create posts. It's very simple. Single post, you upload it, and boom, it puts it up on all these platforms. You can do a first comment for Instagram, put the hashtags in there. It even pulls up the hashtags and how many posts are in those hashtags for you. This is also extremely cost effective. I think it's like $19 a month. Okay, so that's a super cool platform. Another one I want to show you, capwing.com, lets you create GIFs, videos that have graphics on them. You can put subtitles on your videos. That can be a little bit distracting, but if you want to try that out, capwing.com is awesome. And the last tool that I want to tell you is, if you don't have an account yet with them, MailChimp.com. Sign up for a free account with them. The free account actually gives you quite a bit. You can have 2,000 contacts in one single audience and email these people. You can build a list up to 2,000, which honestly, some people don't even hit that in their first, couple of months doing stuff. I got close to that myself right now in mine. We have a client that we're working with. We built his from 0 to 100,000, and we use MailChimp. This is what we use for that. Is it $15 a month for 100,000? No. It goes up to about $500 a month. But you're like, oh my gosh, $500 a month? Yeah, but his business is making over $100,000 a month. So $500,000 expense to email people is important. And why do we care about email when we got social media? Here's the thing. The world's changing. We've seen that. We've seen with social media. We've seen in this election cycle. We've seen during COVID. People are moving to different platforms. Want to know what stayed consistent throughout the moves and the shifts? Two platforms that I think that you need to start using more and more is YouTube and MailChimp. And we're starting to use both of these more and more ourselves and with our clients. Okay. And I talked about this in the Grow Your Life community. We had a live Q&A call with the community where we talked about these different tools, where I walked people through different scenarios. They were able to ask questions. They were able to do this. And so if you haven't jumped on some of those live Grow Your Life community calls, you can go to my website, jeremiahkurkowski.com. Fill out this form right here, get on the newsletter, and I'll send you a link to that. We're starting to add more blog posts every single week, starting to create more products and services. We got a flash sale on coaching that's ending. You name it. But in the group, in the Facebook group, we did this live training. And I would recommend some of you watching this, listening to this podcast episode right now, maybe go back to this. What we covered was scheduling live videos, email marketing, Facebook ads, audience setup. I showed a very simple way on how to set up Facebook audiences, dealing with overwhelm in your business, breaking out of the overthinking cycle, and YouTube videos. And this was an incredible time with some amazing people on this call. And so watch through it. I think you're going to get a lot of information from this. It's here in the Grow Your Life group on Facebook. Okay. And so those tools, OneStream Live, Hopper HQ, Capwing, things like that, that is going to help you with some of the technology overwhelm. Some of you might say, well, I'm intimidated by technology. I'm intimidated by what I don't know how to do. I get intimidated by writing the copy. I get intimidated by the email marketing, by the pixel, by the ads, by the reports. Okay? And I'm going to speak to that right now. Do the things that you are not intimidated by first. Have you done 100% of every single thing in your business except those things that you are intimidated by? Have you? Have you simplified things in your business to the point that maybe you don't have to do those things that you're intimidated by right now? And eventually you'll be able to when you get some help. I see a lot of people overwhelm themselves around technology, around graphics design, around web development, around pixels, around ads, around doing all this technical stuff when they haven't even done 10% of the beginning stages of their business. They're not making content on social media every day. Oh, I'm overwhelmed by social media content. I don't know what to say. These tools are going to help you do that. Oh, I don't know what to say. Comes from a place of fear that we're going to say the wrong thing and something bad is going to happen. Or if we don't say all the right things, we're going to get a bad result. Or we're going to waste time if we don't do and say all the right things and we don't do it perfectly. These are complete lies. They're complete things that are keeping you stuck from going after your goals. You cannot allow the fear of making a mistake on your marketing, on your social media, keep you stuck. I know some of you come from a corporate background where if you made a mistake, it meant life or death for some people. If you made a mistake, it meant that some people were going to get hurt and you were going to get hurt as well. Social media is not that way. You can make mistakes in your marketing and it's not the end of the world. It is okay. The belief that you have one shot at this stuff is a complete fallacy. And so I want you to start taking bold steps with the technology. Just start talking. Just start putting yourself out there. Just start sharing things with people. Just start today with doing something. Something is better than nothing. Okay? In your business. And start using some of these platforms. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to start with them. Well, have you used them yet? Well, no. Okay, start with one thing. Find the place that you're at and do the one thing that's on your list that you can do today. Focus more on what you can do and less on what you can't do. Focus more on what you want more of and less of what you want less of. And do those things. And now it comes the topic of, well, I just don't know if it's going to work and get results. And so not taking action because you don't know if it's going to work, that's fear. That's allowing fear of what might happen bad if it doesn't work keep you stuck. Take action and be okay with it not working. Be okay with it failing. Be okay with things not working to learn the process, to learn how it goes, to learn how to keep moving forward. You might be writing sales copy. You might be writing blog posts. You might be creating content, and you want to make sure that you gain traction. And maybe your ideas are changing because you're evolving, you're growing. If you don't take action, put stuff out there because you're evolving, you are allowing that evolution process to keep you stuck. I do not think that it is wise to stay silent just because you're evolving into some other area. I do not think that it is wise to not put something out there because you're shifting and pivoting into some other area. I've seen people do this. They've created 4 or 5 courses and not put them out there because they keep shifting and pivoting into something else when they could have launched these courses and put the evolution out there and demonstrated that evolution and grown because there were people that they could have helped with that. But for some reason, they think that that's a detrimental action in their business to do that, and that to do that would harm them in the future. And they want to control perfectly how it's going to turn out, so they don't do anything until they know that it's perfect. If that's you, I've been that way myself. I was that way for so long, and I had to realize, you know what? Perfection's a lie. It's a pipe dream. Taking action, imperfect action, is the only perfect action to take. Taking action even as we evolve, even as we grow, even with things not perfectly how we want it, even if things we're not sure if they're going to produce the result that we want, taking action and progress forward will always beat waiting until everything is perfect every single time in your business. And so start taking action this week. Start taking action towards your goals. Start doing those things that you're scared to do. You might say, oh, I'm not fearful. I'm just wise. I'm not fearful. I'm just not one of those people that puts myself out there like that. Okay. If you want to build a business using social media, using blogging, using ads, you have to put yourself out there. You have to take those actions. It's not working. Oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated. I'm so disappointed. Why? Well, because I thought it was going to produce XYZ result and it didn't. So you're letting your emotions be tied to not getting the result that you wanted. That's what a child does. Okay? And so we have to evolve and grow as adults and realize that we have a choice as to what we do every single day. And if it doesn't work out how we wanted, we learn from it, we grow, and we move on. We don't allow it to keep us stuck in a cycle of constantly believing the fantasy that one day perfection is going to happen. And when it comes to the overwhelm in your business, you have to get to the point where you take action, even if it's not perfect. Well, it's not working out. If you keep doing it, you are going to get better at it. And some of you won't ask for help, you won't get feedback, or you believe that the way that you're doing it right now is the perfect way to do it, and it just doesn't work for you because maybe you're fundamentally flawed. That's a lie. You're not flawed. You're not a failure. You're just in the learning process, my friends. Embrace failure for the lessons that it is going to teach you. Oh, I don't want to say certain things that I shouldn't say, that I'm not allowed to say, because there's these rules that I'm supposed to follow. Really? Are there rules that you're supposed to follow? Who told you that? Well, such and such told me that. Okay, great. So what would happen if you completely broke those rules? And that's where the fear is that we have to follow this structure or nothing will work out. That's a pipe dream. That's a lie when it comes to building a business on social media, when it comes to putting yourself out there, when it comes to growing a following, when it comes to advertising, that it's rigid and structured and perfectly in a box. People don't relate to robots. They relate to authentic people that they can resonate with. They relate to people that they would want to get dinner with. They relate to people that are inviting. When you are trying to do everything perfect, you are literally putting a message out there to your audience stay away from me. I don't want anything to do with you because I'm scared of you. And so I'm going to stay here in my little box of perfection so that you can't touch me. That's what doing everything perfect. That's the energy that comes across when we try to do everything perfectly. Is that. The other thing is being so critical of ourselves and of other people. I'm working on this myself. I promise you that. I know some of you listening to this right now may think that I am hypocritical by saying to stop being critical. I am growing in this area. I do not want to be critical of the people on my social media, of people in my life. I see a better way for you guys. And if you're listening to this right now, building a business, every single successful business owner that I know that I've worked with over the last 18 years has done this and is doing this thing that I am telling you right now. And they went through this process and they discovered exactly what I'm telling you. And that's where the momentum started to break through, is when they stopped allowing fear to control them. They stopped needing things to be perfect, and they started just communicating and being their authentic selves out there to the public, out there to the world, and put themselves out there, even if they get haters, even if they get people that don't like them. I got people unfollowing me every single day telling me that they hate my content, that I'm the worst person in the world they've ever seen. Literally, I get messages saying that. At this point, I'm like, okay, awesome. No problem. No worries. Like, that doesn't bother me. That doesn't affect me. I would rather they unfollow me, because I'm not going to be able to get through to that person in their judgment, in their fear, in their worry. But for those of you that are listening to this right now, that you're opening yourselves up to the possibilities of creating a business, using social media, connecting with an audience, authenticity sells, making intimate connections with people. Listen, yes, there are boundaries on social media. You need to establish boundaries. I don't allow you guys to come into my house and hang out with my wife and I love y'all, but there's a boundary there. If you guys came to town in my town, I probably would not go to dinner with you either. That's okay. That's fine. That's the boundary that I have, right? I got my own friends. I got my own friend group of people that I hang out with all the time. But the connection that we have is based on, I want to put content out there that connects with you, that builds your business. If you want to coach with me and have me do a deep dive with you into these little areas in your business, that's what I do with people. And we can connect that way over Zoom as often as you want. These are boundaries. I try to DM everybody back who DMs me. I try to comment back to everybody. So that's the thing. I have a connection with people through the social media, right? We got to stop tying our identity of who I am is my social media as well. Who I am is limited by my social media. At the same time, you want to embody your business and a connection with your target customer. You want them to see you and say, wow, I resonate with that person because they're going through the same things that I'm going through. Okay? Now, I know my experience isn't going through all the same experiences that you guys have. I've been through 17, 18 years of building businesses, working with some of the top marketers on the planet. But I've seen the process, and guess what? I've gone through the process myself through all of these areas. These truths don't change whether you had like a great upbringing or not. These truths are universal, and all of us eventually learn them at some point in time. Okay? And so realize that things are not always going to go perfectly. They're not always going to go how you want them to. We're not entitled to our results being perfect. But what we should do is always take action. Give it our best shot. Even if it fails, it's okay. Well, I'm giving it my best shot. My best shot is me not taking action. No, that's fear. Identify, what can you do today? What can you do in the next 7 days that you can get knocked off your list and start doing those things? And then make another list next week. What can I do over the next 7 days to get stuff knocked off my list? If you haven't scheduled a 15-minute call with me on my website, highly recommend it. I helped a lot of people in those 15 minutes get some clarity in their business to where they were stuck for months. And then we hopped on the phone for 15 minutes and then boom, stuff started clicking. I'm serious. There's people that listen to me. There's people that are on my social media. They will tell you that. They will attest to that. You go to my website, jeremiahkrakowski.com, and schedule a free 15-minute call with me. And if you want to buy a package of coaching sessions with me, I'd love to do that as well, where we meet over Zoom and we talk for an hour at a time and we dive deep into your business and I help you build it with you during that time together that we're on those coaching calls, all right? And so if you're somebody that's building a business, taking action is your number one step. I want you to simplify it. Overwhelm and overthinking things are the two biggest enemies of your goals. Allowing yourself to be overwhelmed by all the stuff that you got to do. Simplify it. Cut out some of the stuff you got to do for your business. I had some stuff I was doing in my business, some videos that I had to cut out doing those because they were time suckers. And you know what? My business started growing because I stopped wasting time on the things that were sucking so much time. Simplify it. Simple works. Simple sells. Simple is what gets results. Simple is what connects with people. If it's not simple enough for your audience to understand in a split second, it's too complicated. Well, how do I make it so simple? It is so complicated. You stop trying to make it simple. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but you stop trying so hard. And you just kind of go with the flow. You just kind of do it as if you didn't care if you got a result. The elite performers in the world. There's an Apple TV Plus series called The Greatness Code. I'm going to pull it up here. Greatness Code. And it's these elite performers. Tom Brady, Alex Morgan, Usain Bolt. I don't know if I said that right. Katie Ledecky and Kelly Slater. And they talk about what it takes to reach greatness on their level. And every single one of them said, you get to a place where you do not care if you win or lose. You just go out there and give it your best shot, regardless of how it happens. And they said in that moment, when they did that, that's where their greatest achievements happened. That's where the greatness came out. And that's where the greatness is going to start to come out for you guys. Is realize it's okay if this does not work out perfectly for me right now, today. If I stay faithful, if I keep moving forward, if I stay in the process, if I keep doing the work, it will eventually start to come together for me. And that's why getting a coach, getting a mentor is helpful, and I want to help you do that. If you haven't yet scheduled a 15-minute call with me, I'd love to help you. Connect with where you're at, where you want to be, and unlock that genius that's inside of you that's going to take you to the next level, all right? So you can schedule that call on my website. You can purchase a coaching package on my website. Grow your life, everybody. If you want to win a free 30-minute coaching session with me, you can leave hashtag grow your life on my Instagram. In the comments on my Instagram feed, hashtag grow your life, and I pick one winner every single week on Sundays that I have those comments from people. All right? So if you leave hashtag grow your life in the comments on my Instagram, I'll pick one winner every single week to win those 30-minute sessions. Now, if you won 4 or 5 times, that's why I'm not going to pick you anymore. But I will pick the same person a couple times. So if you've won before, just once, you can win again as well. I want to help you take your business to the next level. I want to have a conversation with you that's going to unlock things for you. Okay? Grow your life, everybody, and we'll talk soon.